Love. M. Scott Peck has an interesting definition of love. I define love thus: the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. Someone once said that love is cool, it is not hot. It is crucial to distinguish love from passion, infatuation, codependence, and sentimentality. It is also said that love is a verb, not a noun. What you love is what you spend time on. Sometime in the 90s, an 80-year-old woman, a Jungian analyst, gave a talk I attended in Boulder. At the end of her talk, which I don't remember much about, but I will always remember the first question from the audience, which came from an attractive young woman who asked, "Now that you are an elder," asked the young woman, "what can you tell me as a young woman about love?" The elder woman replied, "When I was your age, I was desperately trying to be loved, but now I know that it is better to simply be love." And now what follows are some love quotes, but if you go to, and there's some other related documents on love linked up at the bottom of the card, but if you go to the homepage of the site, you'll see that golden telescope at the top. If you hit categories, one of the categories is called Eros, Love, and Sexuality or something like that. You'll find all the documents there. A lot of them are YouTubes as well. So here are the love quotes. In real life, you want the other person's good. In romantic love, you want the other person. You come to love not by finding the perfect person, but by seeing an imperfect person perfectly. Sam Keen. Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like an earthquake and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots have become so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part, because this is what love is. Love is not breathlessness, it is not excitement, it is not the promulgation of promises of eternal passion. That is just being in love, which any of us can convince ourselves we are. Love itself is what is left over when being in love is burned away. And this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Your mother and I had it. We had roots that grew towards each other underground, and when all the pretty blossoms had fallen from our branches, we found that we were one tree and not two. And that is from Captain Corelli's Mandolin. I think that was a play by Louis de Bernier. Love is the beauty of the soul. St. Augustine said that. Here are some quotes from Carl Jung on love. Where love reigns, there is no will to power, and where the will to power is paramount, love is lacking. The one is but the shadow of the other. In spite of all indignant protestations to the contrary, the fact remains that love, using the word in the wider sense, which belongs to it by right and embraces more than sexuality, its problems and its conflicts, is of fundamental importance in human life, and, as careful inquiry consistently shows, is of far greater significance than the individual suspects. These are all Jung quotes for now. It is a favorite neurotic misunderstanding that the right attitude to the world is to be found by indulgence in sex. The love problem is part of mankind's heavy toll of suffering, and nobody should be ashamed of having to pay his tribute. Carl Gustav Jung. So now we're going to have some other quotes. Love is the only way to grasp another human being in the innermost core of his personality. No one can become fully aware of the very essence of another human being unless he loves him. By his love, he is enabled to see the essential traits and features in the beloved person. And even more, he sees that which is potential in him, which is not yet actualized, but yet ought to be actualized. Furthermore, by his love, the loving person enables the beloved person to actualize these potentialities. By making him aware of what he can be and of what he should become, He makes these potentialities come true. Viktor Frankl said that in his classic book everybody should read, Man's Search for Meaning. Love is the fundamental impulse of life, the one natural medium in which the rising course of evolution can proceed. With love omitted, there is truly nothing ahead of us except the forbidding prospect of standardization and enslavement, the doom of ants and termites. It is through love and within love that we must look for the deepening of our deepest self in the life-giving coming together of humankind. Teilhard de Chardin said that in his other must-read classic book, highly related to what I call the singularity archetype, The Future of Man. Love is the only game where two can play and both win. Irma Friesman said that. When I think of you, fireflies in the marsh rise like the soul's jewels, lost to eternal longing, abandoning my body. Izumi Shikibu wrote that. Love is a great beautifier, said Louisa May Alcott. The air I breathe in a room empty of you is unhealthy. The merest whisper of your name awakes in me a shuddering sixth sense. I am longing for a kiss that makes time stand still. A blend of words from Edgar Allan Poe, Pamela Moore, and John Keats. For a relationship to stay alive, love alone is not enough. Without imagination, love stales into sentiment, duty, boredom. Relationships fail not because we have stopped loving, but because we first stopped imagining. James Hillman,